to another episode of A Lady's Garden. It's been some time. I hope everyone had a peaceful winter, and now we're heading into spring. And this is what my thundercloud looks like in the spring. She's just a lovely sight to welcome in spring. Just out here doing some garden cleanup. Boxwoods grew. I have no mulch left. A lot of weeds to pick up, but everything's waking up, which we're thankful for. I hope the brightness isn't distorting the color of the thundercloud, but she is very lovely. Let's see if we can get a closer look. And there is a closer look. It's trying to focus. Not quite. There we go. See if I can get. There we go. Isn't she pretty? Sometimes I cut a couple branches and I bring it inside. But against the blue sky on a nice, cool day, but not too cold, it's pretty. Let's take a look at what's going on in the other parts of the garden. So here is the garden bench. Remember, we were working on this a little later in the year, in the season, last season. I planted a couple daffodils and a couple tulips, and they're coming up. Remember, I did have the idea of putting flagstone, which I did end up getting one piece of flagstone, and I broke it. I didn't really like the way it looked. It just looked too, I guess, not enough. So I took them all out, and I think I'm just going to go ahead and probably go to one of the big box stores and get some, I guess, the concrete stone or pre-made flagstone look-alike. And then I think I'm going to get them in gray. They do have a color that is somewhat kind of a reddish kind of tint, but I think it's too red to go with the stone I have already around the edging. We'll take a little look and see down what the garden looks like in early spring. Like I said, I've been cleaning up, just blowing all the extra leaves out of the garden, and I definitely have to trim back the roses and cut the hydrangeas back a little bit because I didn't do anything in the fall this year. But anyway, so I think I'm going to go to one of the big box stores, get their pre-look-alike or pre-casted look-alike flagstone, and then I think I'm going to stain it like a brown just so it can blend in. And then the hostas are in the back, so we'll see if they come up. Hopefully they do. I did move them last season, if you guys remember. And then this is the other part of the garden where all the hostas are, which they are very coming up. I see little green pokes, little green shoots coming out of the garden. I definitely have to get up a little better on my daffodil game. They're cute though, they're sweet. I want a lot more. But every time I plant them, I end up finding a new spot for a hosta, and then they end up getting dug up. So that's totally my fault. So we'll wait till they come up, the hostas, and then we'll definitely plan better of putting a lot more daffodils. And then let's see over here. Over here, we have this little guy here. It's not quite a rhododendron, like a rhododendron hybrid. No leaves, but I'm getting flowers. So every year I think it's about done. It shows me flowers and then I don't want to pull it out. Maybe it needs some kind of fertilizer. We'll try that. And then we have a lot of weeds. I know. Lots of weeds that I have to pull up. But on a positive note, here is that hydrangea. I haven't ever, since I put her hair, have cut her back. I'm just going to let her do her thing. So we'll see what happens there. I'm sure she's alive, so that's good. I might have to do some pruning on the boxwoods just to shape them up. Some more weeds. Definitely going to need some more mulch. But it's all good. It's a nice day. And I can probably stay out here all day. I'm sure every gardener could probably spend an entire day in their garden just making it look pretty and tidied up. Here are the purple dragon dead nettle. It looks really, really bad. Hopefully they come back. I do have a lot of vole activity in this area, and I think they are disturbing the roots, because if we just pan this way, look at that one. I mean, they're sleeping, waking up from their winter slumber, but this one, or these two, it did look the same way last year, and then it totally came back nice and full and vivacious. But starting from where that pot is, I was trying to accomplish making a river, so to speak, out of them, and having them kind of trail down. You know, you see where the pot is, and then I have to kind of trail around that daffodil and then kind of spill down this way. But we'll see what happens. And let's look at the vegetable garden. So here's the vegetable garden. Boxwoods are looking pretty nice. I'm really happy about that. Here are a couple of the herbs that I planted last year. I mean, I see she's there, so I'm not going to pull her out. I'm going to see what she does. Here are the vegetable containers, but they're not going to hold vegetable this year. They actually have tulips in them that I actually taped, and I planned to post it, but when I did tape them, it was getting really late at night, and I figured, oh my goodness, who's going to want to watch tulip planting in really dark light? So I ended up just scrapping the video, but figured I'd show you guys when springtime, when they start to come up, and they are, and I'm pretty excited about that. This is better lighting here. And there is the other herb that I planted. I can't remember which one was this. Let's take a look. Greek oregano. Probably have to go back and write it again. But yeah, she survived the winter, which was pretty mild anyway. But I'm just going to cut off the dead branches and then let her do her thing. So that's that. This year, oh, there's a little gust of wind. This year I'm going to do flowers. I'm not going to do vegetables. I'm just going to do I'm going to try to do a lot of flowers. Lots and lots of flowers. So zinnias. I found seed packets of dwarf dahlias. And then I saw some dahlias, I guess the tubers, in a local garden store. So I'm going to go back and get some of those, and yeah, we're going to just do cut flowers. So we'll have cut flowers throughout the season, and definitely take you guys along for the ride with that one. Let's look at the circle garden now. So here is the circle garden in half shade, half sun. But all of the alliums are coming up, which is pretty exciting. Matter of fact, where I know I planted one, I'm starting to see two shoots side by side, and I'm pretty sure they're not weeds. Which is pretty nice, because I didn't think that they would kind of, I guess, double or multiply, but it looks like they are. At first I was thinking last year of just doing perennials in this bed, but I think I want to just keep it to alliums and then maybe do seeds. So maybe some of the dahlias can come in here, and the boxwoods, so thankful, they look great. And then you can see my extension cord there, but they look absolutely great. I'm really thankful. I don't know if I want to shape them this year though. I know they look a little wild, but I'm okay with that. And one side is definitely growing. I mean, we are on a little bit of a slope, but if I stand back, you can see one side, it looks like one side's just a little higher, and it's the side towards the house is a little higher, but maybe that's because of the slope. So we'll see what happens there. So that's another shot from inside of this garden bed against the fence towards, or looking at the house, looking at the circle garden. I don't know, I guess I could trim the boxwoods a little bit, just kind of, I guess the tops, and let the bottoms fill out a little bit more. But I am thankful that they are all alive and they look so pretty and green. And then against the house, we're going to do the limelight hydrangeas. I'm thinking three should be able to fit in there, because they do bush out and they do get a little tall. But I'm really excited. I hope everyone's having a good time in their garden and staying safe and staying healthy and being healthy and just enjoying the spring. We'll take a look at the thundercloud one more time. And she does. She's just a nice, pretty welcome to spring. So I hope everyone has a great week ahead, and happy gardening, fellow gardeners.